Peter Griffin is loud, reckless, selfish, and usually the reason everything goes wrong in town.
The public library suffered damage this evening when an area fat man smashed through the front of the building while attempting a drunken stunt.
But once in a while, this disaster of a man actually does something good. Sometimes it is on purpose, sometimes it is a total accident. So today, we are looking at times Peter Griffin shocked everyone by doing a genuine good deed in Family Guy. Let's start the show. Peter is not known for being brave or heroic, but in Season 6, Episode 8, he accidentally finds himself playing firefighter and actually saves someone's life. And it all starts with something as simple as a mustache. After stumbling on a magazine about mustaches, Peter decides he needs one for himself. He grows it out and suddenly acts like he is part of some secret mustache society.
I think it's gay.
It's not gay, Brian. If I'm gay, then Freddie Mercury was gay.
The mustache makes him feel tougher, cooler, and even a little Italian.
Babidi-boopy?
Che cosa?
Peter, what are you doing?
Speaking Italian. Babidi-boopy? Babidi-boopity-babidi-babidi.
Everyone around him thinks he looks ridiculous, but Peter insists the mustache has changed him for the better. That is when he walks into McBurger Town during a fire. The firefighters outside mistake him for one of them simply because of the mustache, and they beg him to help. Instead of running away like the Peter we all know, he actually goes inside the burning building. Even more shocking, he hears someone trapped inside and manages to carry the restaurant owner to safety.
God bless you, sir. You saved my life.
But at what cost? At what cost?
Peter actually seems heartbroken to lose his mustache like he lost a piece of his soul, but the deed was done. He saved a man's life, which is a miracle considering this is the same guy who usually causes disasters, not stops them. Of course, saving a stranger is one thing. Next, Peter steps up in a much bigger way when he saves one of his closest friends from a fate worse than death.
Peter, you should really slow down. You've already had like 30 hamburgers.
Shut up, Brian. It relieves the pain of mustachelessness.
Peter might roast Brian every chance he gets, but in Season 17, Episode 2, he actually saves his best friend from being put down like an old dog. And no, this is not a gag, this actually happens. After marrying Jess, Brian quickly realizes he made a huge mistake. Their relationship falls apart and Brian spirals into depression. He becomes so miserable that he covers his entire apartment in gasoline and seriously considers faking his own death just to escape her. When Peter shows up, Brian is ready to light the match.
What? I can't take it, Peter. I thought I could marry Jess, but it's awful. I can't live this way.
At first, Peter treats it like one of Brian's usual breakdowns, but then he realizes this is serious. Brian is about to throw his entire life away. Instead of making fun of him, Peter pulls him out of the situation and takes him on a distraction adventure. He brings Brian to a hidden hangout for husbands, a place where married men can eat, drink, and forget their problems. For once, Peter actually gives his friend the kind of support he needs.
Hell yes, I love my sheds.
Me too.
High five on sheds.
Sheds!
Later, when Jess tries to have Brian euthanized,
Euthanize. Oh my God! I gotta do something!
Peter storms into the pound at the last second. He literally throws himself into the room and stops it before Brian is killed. It is one of the rare moments where Peter puts his own safety aside and actually shows how much he cares about Brian. Saving Brian was personal, but Peter does not stop there. Next, he helps out a very unusual new friend from the ocean and even manages to play matchmaker. Only Peter Griffin could go searching for a Mercedes at the bottom of the ocean and come back with a talking dolphin. In Season 10, Episode 14, Peter meets Billy the Dolphin, and for once he actually tries to do the right thing.
Pretending to be people. You know, like, honk honk. Stay out of the way, you old bat. Asian.
At first, Peter is thrilled to have Billy around. The dolphin cracks jokes, moves into the house, and even tries to act like part of the family.
Oh, God. I got loads more.
I think you and I are gonna have a lot of fun together.
But very quickly, Billy goes from funny to annoying. He eats their food, hogs the bathroom, and never shuts up. Lois wants him gone, but Peter remembers that Billy once helped him when he was trying to salvage cars.
we really need to talk about making some new arrangements.
Is this because there's some kind of problem with the hood ornament?
No, it's fine.
So instead of throwing Billy out, Peter decides to help him with something more important. Billy admits that he was kicked out by his wife, he misses her and wants another chance. Peter, in one of his rare serious moments, agrees to help the Dolphin patch things up. He takes Billy back to the water, tracks down his wife Joanne, and even delivers an awkward but heartfelt speech about love and second chances. Against all odds, it works.
Hey gang, I'm Aquaman. Get back together.
It is not every day Peter helps a dolphin fix his marriage, but his next good deed is even more unbelievable because it involves him saving a man from a burning building while completely blind.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Oh, cool, they're already using my garbage.
Peter usually causes disasters at the Drunken Clam, but in Season 4 Episode 3, he actually saves Horus from one. And the craziest part is that he does it while completely blind. It all starts with Peter trying to make a name for himself. After failing at inventions and gimmicks, he decides to break a record by swallowing a pile of nickels.
Well, what can I do that nobody else does?
Well, you just ate my tip.
Of course it backfires. He ends up with nickel poisoning that leaves him blind.
Oh my God, Lois! I can't see!
Suddenly he cannot do anything on his own and has to rely on a guide dog just to get around.
What is this, my seeing eye dog, Brutus?
What do you need a seeing eye dog for?
Well, because I can't do anything for myself, Brian.
One night he visits the clam. Everything seems normal until lightning strikes and the bar bursts into flames. Everyone runs for the exit, but Horus gets pinned under a beam and cannot move. Peter stumbles inside completely unaware of the danger. He calls out for a beer and somehow finds Horus's hand. Without realizing what he is doing, Peter pulls him free and leads him out of the burning building.
That freaking place was on fire?
And in perfect Peter fashion, he admits he had no idea the place was on fire. Still, a rescue is a rescue. Horus lives thanks to him. Saving a bartender by accident is one thing, but Peter's next act of kindness is even more shocking because it involves his greatest enemy, the giant chicken. Peter's rivalry with the giant chicken is one of the longest running gags in Family Guy. They fight in the streets, destroy buildings, and leave chaos everywhere they go. But in Season 19, Episode 10, the feud takes a shocking turn. For once, Peter actually saves his greatest enemy. During a flu outbreak, almost everyone in town gets sick, including Ernie the chicken. Peter is working at the hospital and happens to see his rival in a hospital bed, weak and barely able to breathe.
This must make you pretty happy. Seeing me like this.
At first, Peter is thrilled. This is the moment he has dreamed of, finally winning their never-ending battle without throwing a single punch.
You get 5 minutes to say goodbye to your father.
Sup, Ernie?
Holy moly, that's a huge cock.
But Lois reminds him that enemies can still be important. Having someone to fight gives you purpose. If Ernie dies, a part of Peter dies too. For once that idea sinks in, Peter realizes that he cannot let the chicken go out like this.
I'm dying.
You need him, Peter.
Oh my God, Lois was right.
Just as the doctors call time of death, Peter bursts into the room. He jumps on the bed, pounds on Ernie's chest, and refuses to give up. Against all odds, the chicken comes back to life. Ernie opens his eyes, shocked that Peter of all people saved him. Peter admits he did it because he hates him too much to let him die.
I saved it because I hate you.
I hate you too, Peter Griffin.
It is one of the strangest moments of kindness in the show. Peter Griffin, the man who once fought this chicken across an entire city, becomes the reason he is still alive. If Peter can save his mortal enemy, then maybe he can finally do something good for his own family. Which brings us to the time he helped Chris with his science fair project. Peter does not always act like the best father. In fact, most of the time he forgets about his kids completely. But in Season 21, Episode 8, he actually steps up for Chris in a way only Peter Griffin could. Chris is working on a school science project about Benjamin Franklin and electricity. He builds a kite to recreate the famous experiment, but during the big presentation, things start to fall apart. The kite is ruined. The project is about to fail, and Chris is seconds away from getting an F in front of everyone. Just when it looks hopeless, Peter shows up. He admits he has been selfish and absent, but now he is here to help his son. And instead of bringing a new kite, Peter does something insane. He uses his own saggy skin, left over from a weight loss surgery, and stretches it out like a kite. Chris attaches it to the string, and somehow it works. The skin flies in the air, the project is saved, and the judges are stunned. Chris ends up winning the science fair, and he proudly thanks his dad for helping him pull it off. For once, Peter Griffin proves he can actually be there for his kids, even if it means turning himself into a human kite. Helping Chris was a rare fatherly moment, but Peter is not done yet. In his next good deed, he helps an old outlaw try to reconnect with his son. In season 21, episode 12, Peter shows that sometimes his big mouth and persistence can actually lead to something good. This time he helps an old outlaw named Old West try to reconnect with his son Wild. Peter and the guy stumble across Old during a Father's Day scavenger hunt. At first, Old seems like a washed-up cowboy who has made too many mistakes. He abandoned his family years ago, and Wild has never forgiven him. But instead of walking away, Peter decides to get involved.
Look, son, I didn't come here to quarrel. I came here to make things right.
He brings Old into his home, gives him advice on how to be a better dad, and even gives him a makeover so he can look more respectable. For once, Peter is actually trying to guide someone instead of dragging them down. When Old finally faces Wild again, the reunion is tense. Wild is furious, ready to arrest his father, and still holding on to the pain of being abandoned.
And I'm gonna do to you what should have been done a long time ago.
Old explains that he left because he did not want his son to grow up like him. He wanted Wild to have a better life. The words hit hard, and for the first time, Wild realizes that his father did care, even if he showed it in the worst way possible. The two share a fragile moment of reconciliation, thanks to Peter refusing to give up. I'll leave it here, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or Peter will be your dad. Bye.